Last week, we had the pleasure of meeting with Alison Csonka of Bridges Healthcare. We had such a great conversation about everything they do, we had to make 2 videos about it. We are starting with the discussion about Folks on Spokes, which is an amazing event on September 29th. There will be a link in the description below. So here you go. Folks on Spokes. Can you explain to me a little about why bikes?
Why bikes? It's a good question for Ray Vitale. He's one of our co-founders. He and Al Diamond founded our Folks on Spokes right about 33 years ago. And if you ask Ray, it's because his kids got him a bike that year, and they were trying to come up with a way to help fund our really pretty small programming at that time. Mm-hmm. And they said, let's put on a bike ride. And they were out there painting arrows on the roads, trying to figure out how people could get back to where they are. And since then, it's grown to where if you see the blue FOS signs as you're driving around, newsflash, it does not mean fallout shelter. It means Folks on Spokes. And they're literally on the sign, the street signs. And then even that event has grown to where it's now not just Folks on Spokes, but also the Step Forward Walk.
Okay.
So the ride itself, it has a 5-mile, 10-mile, 20-mile, and 40-mile routes. They go through some of the most beautiful pockets of Milford and West Haven. Mm-hmm. I'm not a cyclist myself, but I drive the route to make sure it's clear of construction, things like that. And it is gorgeous. Some of these pockets I didn't even know existed when you see these shoreline views. It's a gorgeous route.
I hate to interrupt, but does it go down Beach Road that really just got redone in West Haven?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
That is so pretty. I haven't driven. Yeah.
And then our walk is a 5K, and that stays specifically in Milford. But we're trying to work out a few new things for our walkers along that route this year too. So stay tuned.
So I read a little something. You have a ceremony at the start of the walk to honor. Well, you explain it to me. I don't want to get it wrong.
No, it's good. It's called the Remembrance Ceremony.
Okay.
And this year we actually have moved the times around so that most of the cyclists, the 5, 10, and the 20-mile cyclists, as well as the walkers, will be there for the Remembrance Ceremony. So a lot of our participants come to walk either in memory of someone who has lost their life due to overdose or suicide, or they're walking in honor of people who are currently on that struggle, on that path, and they walk with and for them that day. So the Remembrance Ceremony is where people can provide those names of people that they're honoring or memorializing, and we read them aloud. And it's this really beautiful moment of grief, but also community togetherness, of saying we're in this together. And it's a lot of lives that we lose year in, year out nationally to overdose, suicide, mental health issues. And we also have a grief support group through Bridges that's open to the public. You don't have to be a client of Bridges. They've been meeting virtually since the pandemic, but September is the first month that they're going to be having an in-person one. I think it's September 16th at the public library. So check our website or check the Milford Public Library's website for that.
How many of these Folks on Spokes have you been at?
This will be my 3rd.
Okay. Any good stories about them? I mean, is there anything exciting that stands out?
I love the takeoff for each one. My first year, it was raining, and to see people, it was rainy, to see people still come out despite the cold or the rain and go on their whichever route they've chosen is just really impressive. But even in sunshine, just to see them all go out at once, to see all the 20-milers roll all out together.
So how many cyclists will you have overall? I don't want you to have to break it down.
Overall we're expecting between 200 and 300 people.
Okay.
And then it's usually a mixed bag, about half cyclists and half walkers. Right now it's trending towards more cyclists this year. So that either means come on out more cyclists or come on out more walkers, so we can have that half and half. And I will say, it's not a race, it is a ride, so we do not close down the routes, even though we do have some police coming to help us in certain, just to keep safety at certain intersections. But yeah, I mean, maybe we'll get some race walkers out there who walk.
So this is a family-friendly event, right? Are there more to do than just walking and bicycles?
It is. It's a family-friendly event. So we're going to have some new family-friendly activities there. The Milford Police Department's bringing out some of their therapy animals. So it'll be nice. Meet the therapy dogs. We're going to have face painting. We're going to have some art that's more mental health focused art. And speaking of mental health in children, I just wanted to reiterate that Bridges serves the whole lifespan. So when you think of us, you might have a very narrow view of we only support substance use, or that we only serve with chronic and chronic mental health disorders. But we actually serve the whole lifespan, meaning we're seeing children who might be at the age of 5. We're sitting in the children's waiting room right now, where we have school-based programs where we're meeting kids at the schools in the Milford Public Schools as well as the West Haven Public Schools.
Okay.
And then you mentioned our young adults group, that we have a lot of young adult services, and all the way up to seniors. So we have senior outreach programs that happen in this area too. Anything from depression, anxiety, to those more chronic and persistent illnesses.
So even if you're just having a bad time at things right now, it's good to reach out.
Yeah, yeah. If you're feeling isolated, lonely, maybe you've lost somebody and you're not knowing how to cope or reintegrate, this is a great place to call and seek help. Because even if we can't help you, or if we're not the perfect fit, we do make referrals to where would be the perfect fit for you.
And help is never. Don't be too proud to ask for help. It's just not the right way to do it. Help in this world is always the right thing to take if you can. So yeah, I think that kind of breaks most of what we're going to do on that day down. I will have links in the description below, as we always do, to sign up and to learn more about Bridges. And if you have any anyone in your life, or you yourself are facing any mental problems, or if you're dealing with addiction and you want some help, Bridges is here for you, and they do a great job.